We still have a lot of good players coming up for you guys as well in the upcoming game, so definitely don't go anywhere, because a couple of the guys that you will most likely see today are Todd, Red, Sleeveko, Cass, perhaps Bling as well, and a couple of others, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good day. Bro.
We are seeing Nerchio, the blue Zerg, down in the bottom right-hand corner of Antigua. And of course, the German Goody, the Panzer General, is up in the top left. Boom, there he is. My favorite Goody story is the one where at Home Story Cup, MC was casting Goody's game. And MC, guys, to really understand this story, you have to know Goody. Goody always wears the same black pants and the same black shirt at every tournament he plays. Just without fail, he always has the same black pants and the same black shirt.
And there is nothing wrong with that. If you
nothing at all. I mean, it's his lucky competitive. It's like his uniform, right?
And black and gold does go very
Kevin
well together.
Kevin always wears the same green or pink pants. That's his uniform.
Since like 3 weeks, but yes.
And so Goody has this one outfit, and now you also have to understand the physique of Goody. He's built like a marauder, right? So MC was casting Goody, and Goody was making a lot of marauders, and MC goes, Goody likes marauder because Goody looks like marauder, and I laughed really hard because it was true. Goody does look a lot like a marauder in his black outfit.
The days where Goody used to start playing bio against Protoss, those were the good old days, man. All the Protoss players in Europe were having such fun. But then on a certain moment, Goody actually got very good with, quite comfortable with bio, and he started to be able to reach his regular level. And then a couple of Protoss players, I think it was Zoka once, who said like, oh my god, shoot me, I just lost to Goody's bio. It's like losing to Goody, there's no shame in that, but losing to Goody's bio, that's a whole new game, man. But that's something of another matchup. We don't have to worry about it right now. Let's see how Goody is going to play against Nerchio. Nerchio, who played an excellent game against Torzane, but did get a little bit fortunate with the way that he decided to open up and the build order that Torzane chose.
I feel like Goody might be going for some Hellion drop here, Kev. He's got that early reactor on the barracks. Hasn't started the factory just yet. I think we might see him make a handful of Marines and then drop the factory and then Starport.
That's it is definitely possible, but it might just. He has quite a bit of money saved up, so I think he's going to drop the command center right now. And I think it might still just be a good old reactor factory. Hellion, a couple of Hellions on the map, and then maybe a Banshee follow-up as well. But Nerchio has to feel comfortable against that. I cannot imagine that Nerchio doesn't know how to deal with that, or doesn't know how to deal properly with that.
Yeah, I mean, Nerchio is one of the most accomplished Zerg players in Europe. He's comfortable with the entire range of builds that he might be up against. We are seeing Goody make some of those Marines. He's also getting that fast expansion down, so it will be some kind of a macro game. Will we see the Starport when that factory finishes? I think we might.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be for a matter of fact. I think it's going to be for Banshees. Even though he's still only mining from one refinery, but I think if he doesn't go Cloak Banshee, he would still be able to pull that off. Both his characters are going down right now in the main base of Nerchio. Well, Nerchio's just doing the same old, nothing fancy yet. He's just going to try to drone up as much as possible. Do you know, Ben, that Antigua Shipyard right now is in the free-for-all ladder map pool. I felt like Nasty yesterday when I played a free-for-all against 3 gold leaguers.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That sounds like fun.
I had half the map as Zerg. It was so cool.
Not bad.
And one guy was talking so much trash, but then he saw my army, and I made like a lot of spores, so I got like 222 supply of Broodlord Ultra Investor. I never felt that powerful in my life, man.
We are going to see some Banshee play, Kev. We've got that factory reactoring out Hellions right now. So they'll be joining the field shortly. Nerchio has scouted the front, and how much did he see?
I think he saw everything. No, he saw the factory here with the reactor, but he didn't see the starport. Well, it can't be too much of a surprise. It takes a little while before Goody floats over the starport, but it's there eventually.
Marines, Hellions, and a single SCV out in the front here. Nerchio with only Queens on the map right now. He's not bothered producing any additional units. He's already up to 41 drones. Excellent economy here for our Zerg player. No third command center yet for Goody, so he's going to try to really make something happen off these 2 bases.
He only has a single SCV. He just forced a cancel to Spore Crawl, to Cryptomus. 1 Queen takes a lot of damage, but there is this one single Spine Crawl, and I think that Spine should be enough. 1 Queen will fall.
Yeah, Goody's actually making this work a little bit. We have to realize these queens are taking damage. It's going to make them a lot less effective against the Banshees that are on the way.
18 links are about to pop though, so that's going to be nice for Nerchio. He doesn't have to worry too much about this anymore, even though these are still slow links, but Goody really wanted that final queen, but he wouldn't get it.
These queens do have energy for transfusion, so they're not, they're not just instantly dead when the Banshees do show up. How many Banshees are out? 0.
Yeah,
Goody has, I guess, been a little bit sloppy with the macro there.
And one additional queen is on the way, so I think Nerchio is going to be more than fine. He's getting Spore Crawlers now as well. He's sacrificing one Overlord. Did not spot the starport yet, but he's going to see it real soon. And he also sees this tech lab spinning around on this barracks. And he will even see this additional command center. So very good Overlord sacrifice there for Nerchio.
Yep.
That man ban, his Overlord, his sacrifice did not go up in.
He was not sacrificed in vain, Kev. Nerchio knows everything that's coming. And with that knowledge, he knows that he can safely take this third base. First Banshee is out, and it's making its way over to that third.
Well, there's no creep over here, so it's going to take a little while before the first queen is going to be there, but I think they might still make it. Yes, creep is making it a lot easier for them.
Oh, a couple of Hellions are going to come to help, and this could actually complicate things a little bit. Banshee's going to come target the queen. Needs to be microed a little bit at the same time. Zergling run by in the natural. Goody's being, the multitask is failing him. He's lost his Banshee, and his Hellions are being very pacifistic.
Hellions were like, hey, I have no part in this beef that you have with that queen. Banshee, good luck.
This is between you guys. Cat fight, right?
Yeah.
Hellions will continue to work
Hellions
on
are
this
like, please.
As the new queen comes out. I think the Hellions could probably kill her. How much damage did Goody take to that run by? Not too much. Lost a couple of SCVs, otherwise dealt with it. The real problem, though, is that he lost the Banshee, and he's going to lose these Hellions. So.
And he's not going to be able to do anything about this expand. He's at 43 workers, one more Banshee does fly. And the good thing is there's only one queen on the map right now for Nerchio. 2 more queens are on the way, though, and they actually did just spawn. But it's going to slow Nerchio's production and larva production down by just a little bit.
Yep, queens are frantically making their way over to that third base. They should get there in time. That hatch has, it takes a lot of shots from a Banshee to kill a hatchery, Kev. And while they do shoot fast, they don't shoot that fast.
Takes a lot of shots of everything, besides an Immortal to kill him.
Yeah, Immortal's like, boom, boom.
Immortal's like,
boom.
that really wasn't that hard. It's like this one Zealot who's like slicing through that hatch all day. Immortal shows up. It's like, man, you're doing it wrong, bro.
Goody's third command center is done. Hasn't floated it over to his third base just yet. He is in medevac production mode. One thing that Goody is doing that has me concerned is he hasn't put down a single engineering bay.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at that as well. As we see, 2-2 is already on the way for Nerchio, who did drop the Roach one as well, and even started researching Roach speed. So we're going to see some Roaches on Antigua.
Yeah, this is very typical mid-game for Nerchio. Roach, Zergling, Infestor. The Roaches just absorb so much damage, while the Zerglings and the Infestors deal all the damage.
You ask and you shall receive, man, as 2 engineering bays are on the way right now for Goody. But it's still a little late. Yeah,
incredibly late. In fact, 2-2 is going to be done well before +1's even close to being complete.
Man, I'm so afraid of Harder this farm. I don't think Nerchio is ever going to let his opponent expand. Nerchio is going to be like the improved version of Cats.
Of course, in Heart of the Swarm, guys, the Evo chamber allows your overlords to drop creeps, so you can literally block your opponent's first expansion.
That sounds so wrong, man.
It sounds so right. It sounds.
Look, this is also the worst moment ever for Terran. You're like, yeah, let's push. Wait, deja vu. What do I do now?
Yeah, he either turns around or he stays out on the map. I don't think there is a right decision for Goody at this point because Nerchio is just in such a powerful spot here.
The only thing is Nerchio doesn't have that many units out on the map. I think he should start producing a lot of Infestors soon. That's exactly what he does. But he doesn't have really any units on the map right now, so this is still going to be a little bit tricky for him. Yeah, and he's actually going to be supply blocked. He's losing more overlords.
Goody managing to kill these overlords is a big deal. Nerchio's just going to sack this third base, realizing.
Oh, are these Infestors?
Oh, I think they are. Yes, 2 of them are there, and a third one as well. Oh, but the flank from behind Nerchio with some good positioning, picking off a lot of Goody's units.
Now I really wonder how Nerchio is going to rally these X. Stim going down for Goody once more. Nerchio is going to have to be so careful with those 3 Infestors. 7 Infestors are on the way right now. That's more than enough. Well, Nerchio is going for a Zergling run by over here. That is very nice.
The command center still hasn't landed, so there's not much there for him to kill. Only a couple of Marines. Goody has his first siege tanks popping out. Nerchio does now have his infestors in play, but you know, Goody picking off that hatch is a pretty big deal. It makes this game a lot closer than it has been, but Nerchio's still with a massive upgrade advantage.
Nerchio was burrowing all these links below the orbital. If Goody wouldn't be watching, he would probably just be waiting. All these Marines are very clumped up. Nerchio, where are the fungals? Starts losing one infestor and does finally drop a fungal.
Now that Banshee's actually going to be a bit of a hero, Kev, because with full energy and enough health to absorb some fungals, there's not much Nerchio can do to kill it. He's going to bring out the queens. But Goody, being very smart, pulls the Banshee back. Nerchio's double expanded after losing that third base, but this isn't that bad for Goody. He's got tanks now. He's got a strong Bioforce, and 1-1 is finishing.
Yeah, Nerchio definitely took a couple of fights that he didn't want to take. Look at this multitasking from Goody. This is a whole new Goody, man. I just see him rallying units to the middle of the map and picking up bio units, which he's going to drop in the main base.
Two things at once, guys. You saw it here first. Macroing and dropping at the same time. This is next level. Goody even pulls back from the Spore Crawler.
And his money is so low. I want to double check if this is really good.
We're going to have to see if his factory has 5 tanks queued up. And it does not. Only 2 each. Goody playing
very
some
weird
excellent
fungal
StarCraft
there by Nerchio. He could have fungled all the Marines. Instead, he decided to drop a fungal on only 2 medevacs and 1 Marine. But he does eventually clean up. Okay, this is the Goody.
This. Goody's going to get into the third base again, but Nerchio's whole army is here. Roaches and Zerglings, and this is the power of Roachling. It's just so much tankier than a pure Zergling force. And Nerchio crushes that army. And all of a sudden, Goody's advantage, not as pronounced as it just was. Hive about 3/4 of the way complete for Nerchio. His economy is excellent, 73 drones.
And look at Born and Bond. They teamed up.
And they're going to be dropping some infested Terrans.
I would love
that natural.
Infested Terrans are good, but imagine what 2 fungals would have done, Ben, on all those SCVs.
Imagine a bunch of infested Terrans and 1 fungal. Best of both worlds, Kev. Command center is probably going to fall.
Scan was going down, but the Infestus does keep alive. And meanwhile, Nerchio is attacking the forces of Goody. I don't think Goody was paying attention. Tanks were not sieged. Nerchio's doing this so well.
Yeah, just taking advantage of his position, quite frankly. The 4th base is going to get picked off, but there's not a whole lot there, so Nerchio's not going to care that much. Goody's 3rd base has been pretty heavily ravaged. His natural we just saw take heavy damage as well. But his worker count is still respectable, 54 SCVs, and he does have triple orbital, so he's still very much in this game.
I think the infested Terrans were a mistake, man. I really think fungal would have been a lot better.
I still think a combination of the two would have been the best of both worlds.
It's never enough for you, is it, man?
No. Actually, something that I've seen some Zerg players doing that I think is super cute is they'll drop like 2 infested Terrans, and then they'll move the infestors back, and then when the army comes to respond, they pop up and fungal the army. Just kind of using the infested Terrans as bait. I think that's a really clever way to play. I like it a lot.
Goody left a couple of Marines behind, so it's going to be harder for Nerchio to retake this 4th base. Goody's putting up a really good fight over here against Nerchio, but Nerchio did get that hive, man, during all this, everything that's going on. Most importantly, we shouldn't forget, he's getting the adrenal glands upgrade right now, and he has a lot of Zerglings. So that is serious stuff. And of course, the Ultralisk Cavern is on the way as well.
111 Zerglings, in fact, Kev. 3-3 also finishing up. So we're going to have 3-3 Zerglings with 5-3 Ultras.
But basically, 111 Zerglings with adrenal glands is like 222 Zerglings.
Basically.
We know
I would say it's like 333 Zerglings.
Yeah. These are some strong Zerglings. You don't want to mess with these Zerglings, man.
Both these players at about 180 supply right now, and Goody's still hanging in there. I'm very impressed with his gameplay in this best of 1. Nerchio taking a new 4th base up at the top right, and then we'll take his 5th once again around 6 o'clock. He's left some Zerglings there to defend. I always think this is the mark of a good player, managing to leave supply behind to defend from harass and things like that.
Yes, I never do it. I believe that all my army has to be together to be the good player. How can I win the fight, man, if not everything is there?
I know the feeling all too well. Looks like Goody is pushing into the center. Nerchio's got a big concave set up to receive that army, but he's
going to be hard to engage
this. He's going to wait till he has his ultras out. This is the
infestors were...
Now he is going to fight. Turns around with everything. Some good fungals go down. Ultras come crashing in. And wow, look at the fungals. Goody was just a little bit too clumped, and I think he might lose everything, Kev.
The bio units are so low on HP. Nerchio did lose pretty much all his Zerglings, though. And actually, Goody is just going to hold over here.
Wow, he does hold. That is amazing.
I think that engagement wasn't that good for Nerchio. It was too hard, I think, to execute. And I think at the first moment he wanted to retreat, but then he realized that a couple of units were rallied through the center, and then he still decided to take that fight. But he had like a 360 degrees flank setting up, which is so hard to actually properly engage.
Goody is going to use this opportunity to push on the bottom base of Nerchio, but at the same time, losing these units in the middle of the map, that's a pretty substantial mistake. Goody's going to lose a lot of supply there. I do want to point out, maybe this is why Goody's playing so well, Kev. He's got a gauntlet on his starport.
Sort of.
He does, in fact, have that gauntlet on the starport. But his entire army in the middle of the map has been crushed, and Nerchio right now with very well upgraded Zerglings, Ultras, and Infestors. Goody's 2-2's done. He's also got +1 on his siege tank, so that helps. He needs to take the center of the map, then. That's going to be so hard.
And he had it before he sent all those spy units to the south side, and I really think, as you said, that might have been a crucial mistake, giving up that center again so easily. Even though Nerchio doesn't really have the economy to say, hey, I've got the middle and it's going to be very hard for you to take it. Nerchio mined out both his main and his natural. He didn't really saturate the right top side of this map yet. Did Goody scout it? Yes, he did scout it with this single SCV. But I think that if Goody is going to leapfrog with some tanks, Nerchio wants more with the Burrowed Zerglings. It's going to be kind of tough. How many infestors do we have on the map? 5, which is scary, but not extremely scary.
Yeah, it's not a critical
gonna.
Ooh, is he
You
really
don't have to, Nerchio.
That would be. I think he is. Well, no, maybe he just wants to clear out this expansion.
Yeah, and he wants to unseat a couple of tanks as well.
Just kind of dancing around outside of Goody's range, takes a couple tank shots, and then backs off. Goody has dropped up in the top right, and he will pick off this expansion.
Oh, that's a really good pick off. Nerchio's misreading a couple of units right now. This hatch is definitely going to fall. A couple of these drones are going to fall as well. Nerchio's going to try to pick up where the infestors.
Goody losing only a single marine. Very
slow.
well done.
That's such an important pick off.
Yeah, it's huge because, as you've already pointed out, Nerchio's economy is not that great either. He doesn't have his natural, he doesn't have his main. It's all been mined out.
I mean, he does have the he's going to mine from the middle right now. That's of course a little bit risky. Oh, poor Queen, man.
But Goody's advanced his position, and he's got a good spot. He's awfully clumped up, though. Here comes Nerchio dropping fungals on top of everything. Infested Terrans going down as well. And the Ultras and the Zerglings with those excellent upgrades are just too much, I'm afraid.
Too much to deal with for now, but most of the infestors did die, and this time Goody's going to try to drop this base over here as well. Nerchio definitely won that fight in the middle of the map, there's no question about that, but I guess he's going to be fine over here as well. So then after all, I guess that went very good for Nerchio.
Yes, I would say, in fact, they did. He killed all of Goody's army. He's denied Goody's next expansion, and you know, Goody's mined out. He's only got this third, as Nerchio has his third and this center expand, so that's advantage Zerg right now. Nerchio also 60 supply up, Kev.
I wonder if Goody knows about these units. I feel that they've been there for a while.
Hard to say. Goody is going to try to once again take the center, but it's just not going to be possible. There's way too much Zerg out on the map, and Nerchio is just going to go for the killing blow here. Goody trying to retreat up his ramp, that siege tank on the high ground. He's going to get a lot of kills, and in fact turns Nerchio around for the time being, but that just means he's going to run sweep down into the third. So many SCVs will fall here. Look at the Ultras doing all the splash damage.
Nerchio killed 83 SCVs throughout this game, and he didn't have Banelings.
One of these Ultras is an assassin. I think that's hilarious to think of an Ultralisk as an assassin. Because you think of assassins as like stealthy.
Yeah. I mean, a Slayer or a Predator makes a lot more sense.
Did you see him like burrow and pop up behind somebody?
You can make really awesome memes about like the assassin Ultra, you know, like peeking around the corner, like trying to hide, but like his horns are like super big. Man, I wish I was creative and had cartoony
like
skills.
The assassin Ultra in the back seat of the car, like waiting for somebody to get in. You just see a tusk going out each window. Yeah.
It's like there's nothing here coming in. All right, guys. If any out there is good with drawing stuff.
Yeah, we need to see this, the Assassin Ultralisk meme. Siege Tank will get picked off there on the low ground, and Goody's going to lose what little units he had left. 60 supply against a maxed out Zerg is not going to be enough, and Nerchio is absolutely going to take his second win. Infested Terrans going up onto the high ground. That's a really cute play. It will break the defensive position that Goody has, forcing the GG. And there you go. Nerchio 2-0, and he's going to have another Terran opponent next.
Most importantly, Ben, Nerchio already qualified right now for the fan voting at the end of the NASL Gauntlet. So even if he would lose the next game, he is still qualified. All you have to do for that is win 2 games. But knowing Nerchio, he wants more.
Oh,
Nerchio loves winning money online.
He's definitely going to be hungry for more. His next opponent is going to be a monster, though. Maybe the best Terran in Europe, the Ukrainian, Misha.
Empire Cass. So it's going to be a very good matchup. So guys, stay tuned. And next game coming up, Cass versus Nerchio.